Tonight, the Democratic and Republican vice presidential candidates will debate before a national audience for the first and only time. With Election Day just 34 days, both campaigns have a lot to prove to voters as polls in critical battleground states show us this race is extremely tight.
And national correspondent Ultra El Nashar reporting live now for us in Washington with more on what we can expect.
Two Midwesterners facing off in New York City. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, a Democrat, and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, a Republican, are set to pitch two very different futures for America and say to each other what they've been saying about each other on the campaign trail.
It's pretty obvious to us that Donald Trump and J.D. Vance do not share our values in any way.
Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, who aren't comfortable in their own skin because they aren't comfortable with their policy positions for the American people.
They've been preparing for weeks, and we're hearing from some in the candidates' inner circles, like Republican Congressman Tom Emmer of Minnesota, who's been playing the role of Walz in Vance's debate prep.
I've spent the last month literally watching Tim in all of his debates all the way up to the present. He's very good at it.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, also from the Midwest, has been playing the role of Vance in Walz's prep, reportedly even dressing like Vance. But how much will this debate matter? 34 days before Election Day, and some early voters have already cast their ballots.
Normally, vice presidential debates don't affect the outcome of the election, but they're important for the careers of the debaters, certainly, and they can be important in generating enthusiasm for voter turnout.
Both campaigns need to garner as much of that enthusiasm as possible, especially in an election that's been so focused on likability.
According to the ratings, that J.D. Vance is doing less well on the likability question than Walz. I think both candidates have to be careful not to become the story. They're in service of the top of the ticket nominees.
Debate moderators also mindful to not become the story over how or when they fact check. This time, CBS will instead provide viewers with a QR code to follow live fact checking online.
Voters' top issues of the economy and immigration are sure to dominate the discussion, but given the escalating violence in the Middle East in recent hours, foreign policy is also likely going to be a top focus. In Washington, I'm Ultra El Nashar.